Hi, all cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, is here with day 83 of Award Season Review Season 2, and we are wrapping up International Week. We've been hopping all over the globe, and today we end in India with To Kill a Tiger. Written and directed by Nisha Pahuja, the film has no box office information to report. The film was released in a few select theaters with no distribution, so no box office information is available to be presented. Now, To Kill a Tiger is nominated for one Oscar for Best Documentary. Additionally, it was nominated for two IDA awards. It's been a while since I've talked about those, but the two it was nominated for were for Best Writing and for Best Music Score. Also, it's worth mentioning that this film was awarded several Best Documentary or Best International Documentary, depending on the country, awards and recognitions throughout this season. Now, again, as a few we had earlier this season, this documentary plays like a suspense film. In many ways, it's the story of, let's call it, a non traditional Indian family. Now, when I say non traditional, I will get into that. Now, culturally, based on information presented in the film, while things have improved a bit in India, it is still, in parts, a very patriarchal society where men make the decisions regarding children, money, family, etc. And our film chronicles a chapter in the life of a man named Ranjit and his family in a small, unidentified Indian village. Now, one night, when at a wedding, his family returns home, but his 13-year-old daughter, who in the film for her protection was named Kiran, she's not there. When she returns home the next morning, she informs her family that she was abducted and sexually assaulted by three men. Now, one of the individuals interviewed explains that if this had been done by one man, that the father would just have gone and arranged for the man to marry the girl. Or if it had been more than one man, the father should have a conversation and see which man would have her hand in marriage. But this is not the case because of the assault. I bring back the idea of the non traditional family. Ranjit stands by his daughter and does not just want to marry her off to one of these men, but instill, and the film will chronicle over a year of time in which he will fight back and have these boys arrested and wants them put on trial for assaulting his daughter. Now, this will cause a great rift in the village where Ranjit lives. He will receive threats. He doesn't have too many people that support him, save his family, his lawyer, and the legal team. And even they sometimes get frustrated when he doesn't make appointments, when he doesn't answer the phone. But it's difficult for him because their family relies, they are rice farmers, and their crop hasn't been that great this year. So they don't have the money and they're just suffering to live life. Needless to say, the bills that they have in pursuing this case. And even though there are times when Ranjit almost seems like he will waver and give in, he does not. He remains stalwart and follows through with this, which is why we say this is more of the non traditional way that this would have been handled. The film also states the statistics that a woman in India is assaulted every 20 minutes, and this mainly goes unreported. This is something that Ranjit is hoping to overturn. So him and Karim go on their quest for justice. But will they get it? Now, this film was uncomfortable to watch at times, I'll be honest, because of how outright some of the interviewed individuals were. The good thing is the film doesn't shy away from interviewing people on both sides to collect as much information as possible, save the three gentlemen. They were not interviewed, probably not allowed to be. But at different points, both those three men and Karim at different times by different interviewed people, they are both identified as the criminal or the wronged party, or also the person who was doing wrong. So they're both getting argued as being on both sides. The whole film is made up of talking head interviews with Pahuja or spy shots tracking what's kind of happening surrounding the information, but there's no specific footage of the trial because that information was not available. No, the trial was closed. Nobody was able to go in there. Now, what's interesting about the film is when this was made, they were not going to show Karin's face for her protection. They've changed the name once to protect her identity. Now she's 20 years old. They showed her the film and they went back and edited. She agreed after speaking with her family, getting supports from different groups, that she wanted her face seen and wanted her story to be told and everything they went through. So the film does feature her face, if still a different name. I'm not going to say anything more. I'm going to stop there because I don't want to spoil the film, but this is definitely one that needs to be seen. This film, it's the first time, I think it's been a while, and definitely the first time this week that we have a 5-star review today. I give To Kill a Tiger 5 stars. The filmmakers approached this in a way that was respectful to those that they spoke with. It moved very crisply at a 2-hour time frame. Like I said, keeping me on the edge of my seat like a suspense thriller. Now, if you would like to see To Kill a Tiger prior to the Oscars, which are coming up soon, there are a few select screenings at a few theaters nationwide, but it's very sparse. However, if you can wait until after the Oscars, which many may, the film, as of this posting, it's been announced that Netflix has purchased the rights to stream To Kill a Tiger, and many celebrities have signed on to help back this as well. So they haven't released the date yet, but this film will soon be streaming on Netflix. All right. So there we have it. That's a strong end for International Week with a 5-star review To Kill a Tiger. Tomorrow it's Tuesday, so new week, new theme. Now, this week's theme will be truncated by about a day, and kind of fitting because what am I doing but short films? I'll be looking at all of the animated live action and documentary shorts nominated for the Oscars and some of the other films that were longlisted that might not have made the cut, or maybe they did at the BAFTAs or somewhere else that are worth a watch. As always, if you like what you heard here, please click the button, subscribe to my channel. There's so much more cinematic goodness to come. Next week, I'll be making some announcements about how we'll be continuing this work after the Oscars, after March 10th. I'm really excited to tell you all about that. But I'm going to leave it there and remind you, as always, you can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms. Follow me on Letterboxd. Watch the Oscar predictions videos. Those are still coming. So much goodness. But until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.